and 7.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 44. Hey, I 7.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Quarter. These two. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. He's coming. Double up. Hey. Let's go.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He's got the first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. That good for 19 on a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go again. Switch. Mike back.
Now Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we've just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. Here's Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on that last drive,
Went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Safety's creeping.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Let's go. We got this. We got this. Jim. Jump out. Over. 6-6. Pull it high.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know every coach talks about respecting the ball, taking care of the ball, but when it's 3rd and long like that, you're triggered, man. He wants to make a play. And on that one, he's trying to force one downfield to make that play. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, he tried to make the play. A little risky, but it fell incomplete. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha. Watch the run. Let's go, Mike 50. Low.
They start with a give to Connor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Juju, there's definitely a positive spirit about that man. You know, he was, I know you know this story, but he was asked in training camp by a fan to sign his head next to a tattooed Steelers logo.
Not a piece of paper on his head.
No.
Sign his head.
And then later Juju told reporters he'd give game tickets to that fan if he got it tattooed. Well, he did. And Juju came through with not only game tickets, but season tickets for the fan.
Well, there is a positive spirit about him, as you said. He does give good juju out there, and the fans feel it. In fact, at another practice session, he took part in a gender reveal because the fans asked him, hey, can you come over and help us out with this? He said, sure. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a boy.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Double.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Corner.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
42 to the mark, exit. Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Here we go. Show that bench release and go. Hey, orbit.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Five. He can't hang.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Back. Alert. Hey, Foxtrot. 42. Come on, block it.
They'll look to run with Connor. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. 4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the... The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here. Look at the big man rumble. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Touchdown, Packers! Devontae Adams, 47 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing, but there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. The kick by Crosby is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. So we now proceed to the start of the second. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Line 80. Army. Strong right. 77. 24 is the mark. King. Man, I got you. Pick that.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. 24 is the mic. Check the out.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver, complete. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is...
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Hey, Haywood!
Now Ben on 3rd and long. To the right side and complete to Washington. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defense coordinator says, we're going to call it.
And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at pretty one play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Rashawn Gary able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this third quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Joshua Jackson there to knock that one away. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll roll it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt.
The big fella! He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, 93 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they open the lead up now to 25. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what?
It got his man complete. A big pickup of 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Hey, Charlie. Watch 7. Watch 7. 24 is the mic. Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Show that bench release and go. Mike 50.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And it'll be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Sean Davis with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Connor going to try and run it, and he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense, everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go again to Jones. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Watch the pass.
They'll run it with Jones. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Ready? Like 5. 50. Here we go. Good.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll run here with Connor. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Roethlisberger. The quick slant caught. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Steelers are able to close the gap. And will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones 75 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, partner, I know that you and I were raised that in this situation, just take a knee. You got the game pretty much salted away, but instead of that, they throw it. Another touchdown.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see this post-game handshake.
Maybe a conservative run up the middle, but to pass the ball and then score, yeah, some awkward handshakes coming up.
Yeah, this could be one of those. Yeah, nice game, buddy.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were buoyed, Charlie.